doling out for masks in the future, say distribution?
Well, that is only an option, but certainly we want to see what is the best option available before us. Because as mentioned by the Prime Minister, we have spent huge amount of money for the last 5 years, and currently we don't have the capacity to do so. But these are the options that the management will look into it.
Does it include the revisit the short swap plan with Air again?
Well, I'm not in the position to make any conclusion, but let the management look what are the options available now.
So far berapa pihak yang ada niat nak beli take over emas? Sebab semalam tu kan kata ada pihak luar, pihak dalam.
Well, let them look at it. Okay? Terima kasih.
Thank you.
And the government has to, through Khazanah, continue to support the airline. I think we still need a national airline for strategic purposes. What the best model going into the future is, that's something that has to be carefully discussed. One concern that we have for privatizing MAS is that the government will have to bail it out again in the future. And that's certainly something that we don't want. It's happened once before when Dr Mahathir privatized MAS to Tan Sri Tajuddin Ramli, and the government had to buy it back. So if they decide on privatizing Malaysian Airlines, the terms have to be quite clear so that the government will not be seen as the bailout of last resort for the company. So whatever privatization model that will be used for Malaysian Airlines must be different from the experience of privatization in the 1990s. It's important to remember that Malaysian Airlines is in this situation because of that privatization exercise. So we don't want to repeat that again.
So do you think that it is considered as a failure of transformation for Burhad national government?
Well, I think it's certainly a turnaround that has taken a long time and something that has not been as successful as we want it to be. There was a period when Christoph Muller was CEO of MAS that things started to improve, but unfortunately that was short-lived. So perhaps the turnaround was not fully successful, and obviously, you know, Khazanah has had to impair quite a bit of MAS, and we don't want it to weigh down Khazanah and the government going to the future. But what that model is, we're not quite sure yet. You know, whether or not it's still wholly owned by the government through Khazanah, or whether or not it's privatized. But as I said, privatization must come with a clear understanding that the government is not going to bail it out again.